Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. This is our daily MLB pitching preview show that we do. Right now we're looking at the card for Thursday, July 2nd, and our sit-in guest today is Troy West from allplayswin.com. Joe Duffy is on vacation, but Troy West, our regular viewers know who he is. And our first-time viewers, if you're watching our video for the first time, you have no idea who Troy West is, let's start you out by letting you know that he went 24-10 against the spread in the NBA playoffs for free in our videos this year. And in addition to that, he has a long track record of great calls, winning picks, and great advice in our videos in all sports, particularly football, college, and NFL. Troy West, thanks for being back with us.
Hey, thanks, Peter. I appreciate it. Yeah, no vacations going on at allplayswin.com. It's a daily grind. I know for a lot of investors and gamblers out there, it seems like the slow time of year with not a lot going on, but baseball's in full stride. Really encourage people to come take a look at allplayswin.com as we gear up for football season and we finish this baseball season strong.
All right, Troy West. Well, Thursday, July 2nd, it's a shorter card, but a lot of interesting pitching situations. A bunch of guys returning. First of all, the return of Jose Fernandez for Miami. Now, obviously, he was awesome for the last 2 years before he went to the DL. Obviously, though, Miami is not going to be able to support him with much offensively here. Is this a wait-and-see situation with Fernandez? I mean, when he was good, he was great, and he was the kind of guy that you either wanted to be betting on or betting unders with. But considering the state of Miami's offense right now and maybe unknowns with how Fernandez will be with his return, what's your take on the return of Jose Fernandez, Troy?
Yeah, no, without a doubt, it's definitely wait and see. I think throughout the course of the year, the way that Miami's playing without being in really any sort of contention right now, with Stanton hitting it, I think Miami's almost playing more for next year at this point. They don't have a stable manager. I think Jose Fernandez is going to be on a very, very tight pitch count, and I'm talking like in that 40 to 60 range. So it could be like a 3 or 4 inning type of thing for him for over his next few starts. I'd be very surprised to see him push anything more than that. So it's definitely wait and see, because even if you leave with the lead, that bullpen comes in, that can be a scary situation. And as we talked about, the Marlin offense isn't going to give him much production either. So definitely wait and see mode with Jose Fernandez.
Right.
But
and just
got a great pitcher.
Yeah, and just because of the name, maybe the line will be a little bit inflated in Miami's favor. So maybe San Francisco might have some value. And then the return of Matt Moore for Tampa Bay, right? He had good minor league numbers. His overall numbers, his rehab numbers in the minor leagues were pretty good, but the reports are that his velocity is not where it was pre-injury, so that's not a great sign. He did have issues with control even before he went down, but he definitely got results. He could be vulnerable in the majors, maybe not. Maybe he'll come back and be awesome. Cleveland, we know, is a little bit vulnerable when they face quality lefties. And then Corey Kluber on the other side, usually gives 7 innings, 3 runs. Sometimes, though, when he gets really strong, he is lights out. What's your take on this matchup, Matt Moore and Corey Kluber? A tough one, Troy.
Yeah, no, this is one of the games I had circled to speak on. I think this would be a good under bet. I think Corey Kluber, obviously very, very inconsistent.
Yeah.
Looked pretty good in his last outing against Baltimore, but again, another loser. I believe he's 3-10 now on the season, which is absolutely mind-boggling for what the Cy Young did last year. But like you said, he's still putting up numbers. He's still striking out double-digit guys. Tampa Bay lineup is very thin at times. They proved it time and time again. They didn't look good again yesterday. They had a perfect game through 7 innings against Cody Henderson, a rookie. So Kluber, I think, may have his way with him, or pretty solid. And if he gets knocked out early or is on a pitch count, Tampa Bay bullpen's been pretty solid. So I think it's a good lean on the under in this game.
Okay, so then you believe that Moore will be pretty good in his first start back in the majors, and in general,
yeah, I think Moore's had enough experience up at this level that I think, even if you get 5 decent innings out of him of 2-run baseball, I think he'll be good enough. Will he go deep into the game? Absolutely not, but sharp enough to be a decent underplay.
And then the return of Chad Billingsley, kind of a different story from Fernandez and Matt Moore. Billingsley basically looking like he's got nothing right now, right? And his minor league rehab numbers weren't good, but, they're bringing him up anyway. The question is, does Milwaukee have the lineup to push him? What do we expect from Billingsley here? I think there's no way we can expect anything better than 5 innings and 3 runs, right?
No, yeah, Billingsley I think would be good fade material. This guy is a guy that really depends on his fastball. Coming off the DL again, where will that fastball be? The guy hasn't pitched consistently in the MLB for quite some time. He comes in, leaves, comes in, leaves. I think he's good fade material to start, obviously playing for a bad team. I would go against Billingsley to start, and if he looks like the old Billingsley, great, but I think it's a good gamble here to go against him.
Yeah, and then Garza on the other side, though, hasn't been doing too much better either. But again, same thing, Phillies lineup not the kind of lineup that can push a guy like Garza. It's kind of similar to the Milwaukee and Philadelphia game from Wednesday. So do you think this game is just a pass? Would you take a shot with the over? How would you play it, Troy?
I would say it's probably a pass, but if I had to, I would take a shot with the over. Again, two pitchers that really aren't consistent enough to be betting under or really going for or against. So I would take a shot with the over with those two guys going.
All right, and then Jacob deGrom makes another start for the Mets, this time at home against the Cubs. He's been basically dominating, right? Giving up a little bit here and there, but basically it's mostly zeros from deGrom. On the other side, Jake Arrieta, generally excellent. He could easily match deGrom inning for inning. Seems a tiny bit more vulnerable at the moment than deGrom, but can the Mets lineup get to him? The Cubs probably have a small edge in the lineup. What's your take on this matchup, Arrieta and deGrom?
Yeah, I would have to lean on the under with these two guys, Pete. deGrom was outstanding in his last start. Arrieta's been a little bit inconsistent, but I think, like we talked about, two lineups that the Chicago Cubs lineup has a lot of power in it, a lot of firepower, and they can score runs in an instant, but they also struggle at times, a lot of these young bats. deGrom, I think, may have his way with a lineup like Chicago. Arrieta's been pretty consistent over the last couple of years. He's been one of their better starters. I like this game to go under. Both very consistent starters, two very average lineups. I like the under.
All right, that makes sense. And then a tough one, Troy. You're on record as saying I can ask you whatever the hell I want in these calls, right? I can ask you the tough ones.
Absolutely.
Anibal Sanchez, right? That's a tough one. Sometimes he looks absolutely lights out, throws 9 shutout innings, 11 strikeouts. Other times he really gets hit hard, and he's given up 5 home runs in his last 2 starts, although, the overall damage hasn't been that great. But that's a dangerous sign, 5 home runs over his last 2 starts. Here he's going to be at home against Pittsburgh, kind of an average lineup. You think is there anything reason to expect a good start, great start, or bad start from Sanchez here?
Yeah, no, this is a series that I've just stayed away from in general, looking at the different matchups. We know we've got Gerrit, Cole, and Verlander today. Look like a really tough one to call. We know that Detroit lineup is very, very good at times, and there's also times they don't look so good. Pittsburgh, also another team that looks very, very good at times and not so good. Sanchez has been the mystery guy. A lot of times you see these 7 innings of 1 or 2 run ball, and sometimes you see him just be exploded and give up 5, 6, 7, 8 runs. So stay away for me for Sanchez. He's one of those stay away guys all year long.
All right, an interesting card for a Thursday, July 2nd. I'm interested to see what the results wind up being. Is there anything else you'd like to bring to our attention, pointing us towards a possible betting value for Thursday?
Yeah, there was just one game that I liked. The Baltimore, Texas. You've got Gossam going against Gallardo. 2 guys, not a lot of consistency from either guy. Gallardo obviously struggles on the road. 2 very good lineups with potential to put up 7, 8, 9 runs by themselves. I got to lean over with 2 guys very inconsistent so far on the mound. 2 very good lineups. Got to lean over.
All right, that makes some sense to me. Troy West from allplayswin.com. Thanks so much for being with us.